Justin Baldoni has just spoken, and you got to hear this.
Think about it.
This is incredibly sad.
It could have been one of the most beautiful nights of my life, career-wise. I literally was sent to the basement by all my friends and family for over an hour because I wasn't allowed to be seen. She didn't want me anywhere near her or the rest of the cast. So they ushered me off the carpet and they sent us down to the basement. We were down there together, my friends and family, the people that love me the most. They started laughing because of the ridiculousness of this whole thing. I realized, on a night that was supposed to be so materialistically joyful, I was in the basement with the people that I love the most. We were all joyful and laughing. Because none of that shit matters. None of it. That's not why we're in the business. That's not why the three of us are in this business. Is to attend a premiere like that and be celebrated. We're in this business because we're artists. And we believe in what we do. And because we want to create art that touches people's hearts and souls and can move people. And that's what we did. That's what you both did.
That's so sad.
And I believe that will follow each of us, and that truth will prevail, and that light and love will win.
Justin Baldoni's lawyer vows to release evidence of Blake Lively's pattern of bullying. We have the receipts. Justin Baldoni's lawyer is doubling down on his legal battle with Blake Lively. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I said it. In a statement obtained by People on Tuesday, January 7th, It Ends With Us director's attorney Brian Friedman says, it is painfully ironic that Blake Lively is accusing Justin Baldoni of weaponizing the media when he claims her own team orchestrated this vicious attack by sending the New York Times grossly edited documents prior to them even filing the complaint. And you know it's true. How else do you think they had it before it was filed? We are releasing all of the evidence, which will show a pattern of bullying and take over the movie, Friedman adds, alleging none of this will come to a surprise because consistent with her past behavior, Blake Lively used other people to communicate those threats and bully her way to get whatever she wanted. We have all the receipts and more. It's giving Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Friedman's statement comes as Lively, who starred alongside Baldoni 40 in It Ends With Us, filed a lawsuit against the star and others, including Baldoni's producing partners and publicists, alleging harassment and a retaliatory smear campaign to tarnish her reputation. On Monday, January 6th, Lively's legal team told People that her serious claims of harassment and retaliation, first lodged in a California complaint on December 20th, 2024, are backed by concrete facts. This is not a feud arising from creative differences or a he said, she said situation, her lawyer statement read. As alleged in Miss Lively's complaint, and as we will prove in litigation, Wayfarer Studios and its associates engaged in unlawful retaliatory astroturfing against Mrs. Lively for simply trying to protect herself and others on a film set, and their response to the lawsuit has been to launch more attacks against Miss Lively since her filing. The attorney's statement continued, harassment and retaliation are illegal in every workplace and in every industry. A classic tactic to distract from allegations of this type of misconduct is to blame the victim by suggesting that they invited the conduct, brought it on themselves, misunderstood the intentions, or even lied, they wrote. Another classic tactic is to reverse the victim and offender and suggest the offender is actually the victim. These concepts normalize and trivialize allegations of very serious misconduct. Most importantly, media statements are not a defense to Miss Lively's legal claims. Lively's legal team added, "We will continue to prosecute her claims in federal court. where the rule of law determines who prevails, not hyperbole and threats. In her initial filing, Lively, 37, claimed Baldoni, who directed, produced, and starred in It Ends With Us, exhibited disturbing and unprofessional behavior that led to a hostile work environment. The actress's complaint includes accusations that Baldoni and another producer entered her trailer uninvited while she was undressed or vulnerable, alleges Baldoni, suddenly pressured her to simulate full nudity in a birth scene and improvised physical intimacy that had not been rehearsed, choreographed, or discussed with Miss Lively, with no intimacy coordinator involved. On December 31st, Baldoni also filed a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times over the newspaper's December 21st article about Lively's complaint, alleging it was the actress who engaged in a calculated smear campaign. In a previous statement to People, Friedman alleges that Lively's complaint was filed to fix her negative reputation. The attorney has also called her claims false, outrageous, and intentionally salacious. So I don't know, everybody. You tell me what you think, because I was totally 100% thinking in my own mind, in my own heart, that I was all for Blake Lively. However, after seeing Justin Baldoni's $250 million suit against the New York Times, and then questioning why the Times had this filing before it was even legally filed, how they got their hands on it and was able to already have this article up and ready to publish the moment it was filed, and the fact that Justin Baldoni was dropped from his $250 million contract with WME, which is the largest talent agency. They take A-list of A-list. I mean, Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, those types of A-listers. The fact that they dropped him the very next day over a legal complaint. And that to me was just horrendous. It really got me thinking that maybe there's something else going on here, that something else is really at play. And somebody is definitely weaponizing the legal system to their benefit. And it's sad to me that somebody has that kind of time, money, resources to just throw away. However, the exhibits in Justin Baldoni's lawsuit against the New York Times was inclusive of a lot more text messages that Blake Lively was not privy to, even with the subpoenaed messages she got. He not only is able to prove that this intimacy coordinator had been hired before filming and that she dismissed ever meeting her. And Blake Lively's legal complaint, she's saying that in the middle of filming, she goes to HR and she alleges 30 different complaints. And in those, one of them being that she was demanding an intimacy coordinator, when Justin Baldoni's suit clearly has shown that he texted her directly, telling her before filming even began that he has an intimacy coordinator and he would like her to meet her whenever she's free and has the time. Also, another text message is where he messages Blake and says, "Hey, do you have time to work on lines anytime today, tomorrow?" And she replies back along the lines of, "Oh, I'm just pumping," meaning pumping, "in my trailer. You're free to come in." So she very clearly was comfortable having him come into her trailer while she has her breasts exposed, or she is pumping her milk or feeding her baby. So that kind of pushes back on a couple of her allegations. And if even one of those allegations in that legal complaint is not true, how many of the rest of them are not true? You're either fully credible or you're fully not in this type of civil complaint. Of course, it's not always that simple with the truth. They either both could be weaponizing the media against each other. They both could be bad people that have done bad things to each other or have smear campaigned each other in the media. They both could be telling the truth from their own perspective, or they're actually both guilty, which I know a lot of people want to pick sides psychologically, but in sometimes these cases you don't want to admit, but sometimes both people are guilty of certain things and sometimes they're innocent of others. I don't know. What do you think? Drop your comments.